Alright. Greetings everyone and everybody who is watching this video. Well, tonight I'm going to review Ghost Ship, as you can see here. And yes, you heard me correctly, Ghost Ship. That's why the long hesitation at the start of this video. Well, what we have here is a copy of Ghost Ship, which I bought from Savers, and it once belonged to Walmart when they were selling VHSs. And here it is. Well, as you can see here, I skipped previews, and she'll be ready to play when and if I put the tape into the VCR so I can watch it. And, of course, it's still playable. Well, anyhow, first and foremost, the term ghost ship means a ship, of course, that is like a ghost, and it's abandoned. Usually out somewhere in what people call the middle of the ocean. And a ghost ship, the quality of the ship was once good, and of course, it looks like a rundown ship later. Not to mention that there's been paranormal activity on board the ship, which happened in this movie. So this is what happens in the movie. One of the scariest, most original horror movies in the years. Rob Blackwelder, San Francisco Examiner. Finders keepers. Any abandoned ship floating in international waters can be claimed and towed to port by whoever is fortunate enough to find it. Or in this case, a team of salvage experts unfortunate enough. Ghost Ship is a stylish, effects-packed tale from House on Haunted Hill and 13 Ghosts producer Gilbert Alder, Joel Silver, and Robert Zemeckis. Salvagers trained for any situation imaginable come face to horrifying face with the unimaginable after boarding a mysterious adrift luxury liner. Juliana Margulies, Ron Eldard, Isaiah Washington, and Gabriel Byrne are among the hands on deck who will confront a seafaring collector of souls. In the ship's grand ballroom, galley, captain's quarters, and more are dazzling arrayed for a tour de force directed by Steve Beck. 13 Ghosts. Bon voyage, Fright fans! Well, as far as horror goes, I like most of the classics. I like this one. To be honest with you, this movie does not scare me all that much. I mean, I've seen Deep Blue Sea with Samuel L. Jackson, along with Snakes on a Plane. Those movies don't scare me. Why? Ask my taste buds. Well, in this movie, the Antonia Grazia, an Italian ocean liner that supposedly disappeared on the 21st of May in 1967, according to dialogue I heard in the movie, of course, had all kinds of murder occur on the ship, as seen in the intro. And what happens in the intro in this movie, at the opening titles, some singer by the name of Francesca sings Senza Fine, some type of Italian song. Not to mention, I was on an Italian vessel a year ago, coming up on in this video. However, during that time frame, I chose not to watch Ghost Ship because it would be otherwise considered disrespect to Costa Cruise Liners. And, of course, or since most of the crew on the Costa Deliziosa was Italian, and if they found out that I was watching this, I don't know what was going to happen, but I'm sure it would not be good. But with this movie, Ghost Ship, what happens is, yes, all kinds of murder occurred, especially in the intro where this guy operates the cable, and sure enough, the cable whipped around all over the place, of course slicing and dicing people on the deck, and once the slicing and dicing was done, the people were being cut apart, and sure enough, that one man who was dancing with that little girl, he would come apart as well. Literally, in the movie. And not to mention the girl, she screamed. And then from there, the tugboat Arctic Warrior was towing supposedly an oil rig, which they recovered from the bottom of the ocean, supposedly. That was there for 3 months or maybe more, or it took them 3 months to get that thing out of there. And of course, you can't fix everything. So one of the characters by the name of Epps goes in, and she manages to fix whatever's there anyway. Despite some arguing that happened. And of course the argument was over the oil rig they were saving. Or was it an oil rig? And then from there, when the crew was having chow, supposedly, on the shore, some guy finds these photographs of the Antonio Graza. And then from there they go to find it. And while they're on their way to find it, some guy jams out to the song Not Falling by Mudvayne. And then from there, the civilian tugboat Arctic Warrior would ram into the Graza. The Antonio Graza, that is. And messages were transmitted, mind you, to the Antonio Graza, and they sounded like this. This is civilian tugboat Arctic Warrior. Is there anyone aboard? This is civilian tugboat Arctic Warrior. Is there anyone aboard? This is Arctic Warrior. Do you read us? No response. No reply. And then from there, all the lifeboats were gone, and eventually, all the anchors would be gone as well. So therefore, the Antonio Graza was adrift. And as the crew gets aboard, there's all kinds of paranormal activity. And sure enough, the swimming pool filled with blood. And the girl who survived, I think she would eventually die. She was a ghost, and of course, she warned the people not to blow either the Graza or the Arctic Warrior up. However, the Arctic Warrior got blown up. The civilian tugboat, that is. While everyone else was after the gold, which was in a chest full of rats. And sure enough, other paranormal activity had occurred as well. Like the little girl, who would show one of the ladies what really happened. And there's been poisoning in the foods, you name it. And then from there, bullet casings were found. Then eventually, the Antonio Graza would be blown up. But I'll have to watch again for clarification. Anyhow, I like this movie. And, of course, I'll continue to use these as much as I can. The runtime is 91 minutes, and it's in color. And that's all I have. I'll see you all around.